I'd like to turn now to something that's near and dear to my heart, which is DFLers need to smile more. For sure, local and national Republicans have given us plenty to laugh about. But we Democrats have to be honest with ourselves. There's no bigger turnoff than sanctimonious, progressive finger-waving. DFLers simply need to smile more. From time to time, this show has attempted to make that happen. Now is one of those times.
Unfortunately, there isn't a lot of humor in most politics, but there were some funny politicians. After getting the nomination for the vice presidency, Hubert Humphrey was visiting the LBJ ranch. Walking around in the pasture with all the steers, Hubert yells over to Lyndon, "Lyndon, Lyndon, I just stepped in the Republican platform."
Believe it or not, from the DFL Comedy Academy, Eden Prairie's Young Democrats and the stand-up stylings of Duluth native Doug Lind.
Where are you guys from, Eden Prairie? I've lived here for 47 years, and it feels like 90. Times were tough when I was a kid. We stole hubcaps off a car.
Big deal!
Those were moving cars. In the Duluth schools, you had to read a certain number of books every year, and I always looked for short ones with lots of pictures. My favorite was Republican Humor and Other Myths. Iron Range politics is really hard on the GOP. A cub reporter from the Minneapolis Star-Trombone was calling around the range, getting election results from a primary election. Calls up the election official in Chisholm, and the Chisholm official gives him the results of the Democratic primary. Then there's a pause. So the cub reporter says, "Sir, what about the Republican results?" The ranger says, "Son, you new on the job?" The kid says, "Yes, sir." So the ranger says, "Anyone up here asks for a Republican ballot, we give them a get well card." Things are getting tough here in Eden Prairie, I know that. I'm an Eden Prairie Democrat. Last election, I really didn't need one of those little red and white stickers that said I voted. I needed one of those Iron Range get well cards. Do I have to explain that again? All right, you guys, let's wake up. Stay alert out here. Some of this stuff moves fast. I no longer get those glossy, high-toned campaign brochures from Representative Eric Paulson, but I do get junk mail from the local funeral parlors. They're thanking me as a Democrat for improving the casket business. What's the difference between Michelle Bachmann, Governor Rick Perry, and Denver quarterback Tim Tebow? Give up? When God tells Tebow to run, he wins.
I heard that on Leno.
Here in Minnesota, Republicans are running the legislature the same way they run their own party. It's gotten so bad that pictures of Republican leaders, Amy Koch, Mike Broadcorp, David Hahn, Jeff Michel, their faces are showing up on the side of milk cartons. And there's an Amber Alert for Michelle Bachmann. These Republican debates on TV look like a circular firing squad. By the time they finish telling us how incompetent all their fellow Republicans are, we probably should believe them. The buzz in the blogosphere is that these debates are really being paid for by Obama PAC money. That works for me. Okay, I'd really like to thank the Eden Prairie Young Democrats. You've been a surprisingly adequate audience. There's an election coming up and there's serious work that needs to be done. Looks like they leave us no option but to re-elect President Obama.
Democratic Visions is handmade by volunteers for DFL Senate District 42, Lori Pryor, Chair.